do we see this beautiful rainbow in the sky? So beautiful! The sun is in Portland, people. I hope that this can help you if you work from home. I think my life has changed because of it. And I've had those days where I just barely can roll out of bed. Like, I'm not even wearing pants when I'm working. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You're watching the Sydney Mewson Show with your host, Sydney Mewson. Welcome back. I'm so excited to have you all here today because today we are talking about remote working, working from home, and how to stay motivated. I have been at my position, my content creator role, for almost a year now, and so I think I can speak to something about it. I know how difficult it is to motivate yourself to work from home, and these are just some of the things that help me motivate myself, help me get going, the content creation, the creative juices flowing for me. So I hope that this can help you if you work from home. If you are a content creator, this might be really applicable to you. Personally, it works great for me. I love it. I love my job. And I hope that these tips will help you to love your job more. First up is the ambiance. I cannot tell you how much of a rut I get into if my apartment's messy, if there's dishes in the sink, if I look like a piece of baloney. So I think the first thing is making sure your ambiance and yourself is ready to go for the day. For example, today is Monday and I cleaned the whole place. As you can see, the sun is shining in, which is just an added bonus for how my mood is today. There's no clutter, so there is no barrier to me not completing some content creation, getting a couple reels or TikToks done today. Like, there's nothing that is really holding me back except for the fact of I just need to do it, you know? So I think that that's one thing that really has gotten me through the last year. Second, I think it's really important to have a set schedule or kind of look at your day as a plan of what you're going to accomplish. For me, I start my day off with a cup of coffee, shocker, and I kind of know from there I need to get ready right after that, or I am not going to go into my next step, which is checking my emails and making sure that any messages from the weekend or the day before are answered. And then I make sure to plan the rest of my day around meetings I have, around any kind of thing that could maybe pop up. I need to have a couple of hours to do some planning for content. I need to do a couple hours for filming content, and then I know the rest of my week is kind of built out around that, for editing, for any kind of hiccups that I have, for planning out when I need to post something. So that's kind of where my brain goes for that next step of being like, plan and execute accordingly. This leads to my third piece of advice, is to get out of the house. I am so bad at this. If you know me, you know I'm a homebody. I love being home, and I know I can get work done, but I am so much more productive when I leave my environment and go work somewhere else. There is a third floor like common room at my apartment complex, and this has been so amazing. I get so much work done. It's crazy. I made like one time like 4 TikToks that day, and I was just blown away with how much production and so much creativity was flowing. As you can see, the space is usually pretty empty, so I have the full room to be productive, make some videos, and it's a nice quiet area for me to work and be super productive. I also think that going to a coffee shop or some kind of space that you can work, like a WeWork or something, is super beneficial. Just changing up an environment, buying myself that $5 coffee, which was amazing. I was able to do so much. So the next tip kind of relates to the book Atomic Habits that I'm reading, and it's kind of like the reward system structure, I guess. This book, when I tell you, I think my life has changed because of it. So he says, James Clear, the author, says that you need to have small rewards throughout the day in order to do something that's maybe more difficult for you. Like, I need to film and edit a TikTok and Reels to go out this week, and I'm just waiting around being like, oh, maybe the inspiration will come to me on a Wednesday, but no, it can literally I need to just go on TikTok and just look through stuff.
Something I like to do is set a 2-hour timer, and in that time frame I am looking up content ideas, I like to make a brief conceptualization of what I'm kind of going for, and then a brief outline of how I'm going to execute that project. Sometimes it's more time consuming to conceptualize than to actually execute a project. But then at the end of the 2 hours, I get to reward myself with a coffee, or I get to reward myself with 10 minutes of a favorite TV show or something like that gets me motivated to do something for work, because I feel like when you work from home, it's definitely that balance. Like TikTok and Reels and social media in general for me is super fun to be on. But when you have to mix business and pleasure together, it's like, ooh, I don't really want to do that right now. But if I have something to look forward to, I'm more likely to do it. So that is my take on giving yourself rewards for the small victories throughout the day, which is super important for you to be productive at the end of the day. People don't see like the behind the scenes, the editing, the getting that perfect shot, which could take hours. So that is why I really have to start living by this like small victories for myself to help get me through, and just also understand that my job is constantly changing and it's constantly evolving, and I need to make sure that as much as I love social media for myself and like my personal stuff, I also need to love it for work. And what am I trying to accomplish, and like what are my goals for this position and role for my future. So I think the last tip that I'm going to give you guys, which is kind of maybe a no-brainer for some of you, but it's just nice to hear sometimes, is don't be so hard on yourself. Working from home is really difficult, to be honest. Some days you just don't even want to get out of bed. And I've had those days where I just barely can roll out of bed. Like, I'm not even wearing pants when I'm working. It's like got to the point of you're just like, that's not. Give yourself some grace, be patient with yourself. It can only get better. Your strategies, your habits can only get better when you work on them. And so one thing that my boyfriend and I do is we write inspirational words or quotes that kind of just get us like going for the day. So right when we wake up, we see it and we're just like, yes, okay, that's what we need to accomplish. Both of us are entrepreneurs. Both of us have our own time and schedule. That's up to us mainly what we do with it. So I think it's definitely something positive to have in your life and just something to live by, and you can change it up. Use the dry erase markers on your window. It's definitely changed how I see and how I wake up in the morning and know what I want to accomplish every day. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around for the whole video. I know that some of these things may be something that you already implement in your life or something you already do with working remote, but if there's something new that you learned or there's something that just kind of like got you thinking, please comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like. I would love to hear all of your guys' thoughts about how it's going for you working remote or what you do to kind of stay motivated. I'm super curious about it, so let me know down below. I'm sad to see you guys go, but it is time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, Felice.